All right, so section 2.3, day 2, is more about graphing lines. So what are the different ways you can graph a linear equation? Well, the most basic is to make a table and then plot the points. That's the most basic. Okay, then we have yesterday or last lesson we did find the intercepts, find the x-intercept, find the y-intercept, and then connect them. And then the one we're going to do today is slope-intercept form, my personal favorite. So slope-intercept. So these first few problems are already in slope-intercept. So we have y equals 3x minus 2. So remember the slope is the 3, the number in front of your x. And your y-intercept on this one would be negative 2. All right, so let's go ahead and graph it. You put a point at the y-intercept, which is negative 2, and the slope is 3. So that means up 3 over 1. Up 3 over 1, draw your line. Oops, let me try that again. All right, and there is your graph. All right, this next one, the slope is 4. The y-intercept, well, there's nothing here, so it's like plus 0. So this y-intercept is 0. Put a 0, put a point 0, put a point, go up 4 over 1, up 4 over 1, connect them, draw your arrows. Next one, if you want to pause the video and try it by yourself, feel free. Your slope, or your y-intercept, or your slope is negative 1/2, so down 1 over 2. And your y-intercept is 9. So go to 9, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. So there is your line. All right, this one is not so nice. So you can't just go ahead and start graphing it. You have to do a little bit of math. So you can either find your intercepts, which you can totally do that. Make x equals 0 for your y-intercept and y equals 0 for your x-intercept. Or you could convert it to slope-intercept form, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to add 4x to both sides. That gives me 2y equals 4x plus 6. Divide everything by 2. Y equals 2x plus 3. So now you're ready to graph. Your y-intercept is at 3. Your slope is 2, so up 2 over 1. Connect them, and there is your line. These next two are a little tricky. So we have all these fractions in here, and we don't want that because we're trying to get the y by itself without any fractions. So first thing I'm going to do to get rid of those fractions, well, you could multiply everything by 5 because that would cancel out all of those denominators. So now this is 2x plus y equals 4. Now I'm going to go ahead and convert it to slope-intercept form by subtracting 2x to both sides. So y equals negative 2x plus 4. So then put a point at y equals 4 for your y-intercept. Go down 2 over 1 because that's what your slope is, negative 2. Connect them. There you go. This next one is a little bit similar. So you have all these decimals. If you remember that homework assignment from a couple sections ago, we had to get rid of all these decimals. And how do you do that? Well, you multiply everything by 10. So that gives you negative 36x minus 4y equals 24. Now let's go ahead and convert it to slope-intercept form. I'm going to add 36 to both sides, 36x, excuse me. So that'll be negative 4y equals 36x plus 24. Divide everything by negative 4. Pay attention to your negatives. So y will be equal negative 9x minus 6. Now you're ready to graph. So if you notice, if you go down 9 right 1, you'll run off of your graph, and we don't want to do that. So instead we're going to do the opposite. Up 9, left 1. And when you connect those, you still see it's a negative slope. That's just another way, because otherwise we would have been way off of our graph. Okay, now we have a vertical line, and sometimes I have trouble keeping these straight. Which one's vertical, which one's horizontal? If I have x equal -3, I think to myself, where does x equal -3? Well, it equals -3 right there on the x-axis. So it tells me it's going to be a vertical line. All right, here's the other one. Y equals -3. Where does y equal -3? Well, that's right there on the y-axis. So that gives me a horizontal line. And that is it for this section.